Hi there, I'm Pastor Brian, and it's time for Questions from Kids. Charlie from Albany, Georgia asks,
Why do we have bad days?
Oh, Charlie, we all have bad days. That is the reality of life. This is a great question that I think is really going to be helpful for a lot of people. So the short answer is this: we have bad days because we live in a fallen world. God's design was for there to be no bad days. If you think back in creation, Genesis 1 and 2, there were no bad days that were orchestrated for Adam and Eve. If you think about what awaits us in eternity, Revelation 21 and 22, there are no bad days there either. It's all in between because of sin that we have bad days. And it's this way. So sometimes I have a bad day because I'm just not walking with Christ and I'm sinning. And that's gonna be a problem, right? And I'm gonna have a hard, difficult, bad day because of my own sin. There are other days that I might be having a bad day because of the sin of others. Maybe somebody's wronged me, and that's hard, hurt my heart. And so it's hard to have those kind of days. Other days, it's just the situation in life. I'm gonna be sitting in a lot of traffic. That's a bad day. It's not because of maybe sin directly, it's just the reality of life. And so all these things can happen and give us hard, difficult days. But here is what we have to remember, that these days are temporary. God has given us this great gift called sleep, hasn't He? Think about it. You have a really hard day, and then you're able to go to bed at night, and it may be hard to fall asleep because those things are still replaying, but eventually you drift off to sleep. And what happens? You wake up the next day, and it's a new day. It's a gift from God. It's a fresh start. You can put that bad day to end. You can put it to bed. You wake up then, and you have a brand new day and say, today's gonna be different. And God can bless you, and you can have the greatest day ever right after having that bad day. So we remember that it's temporary, but also remember that even if that bad day feels long, even if you wake up the next day and you have another bad day, here's the reality, here's the beautiful truth. God is with you. He's right there with you. You can turn to Him, you can sigh to God and say, this is hard. And you know that God knows this because Jesus experienced bad days as well in His ministry on earth. So we have a God who loves us, we have a God who cares, a God who knows that we can go to for encouragement. We also have one another. When you're having a bad day, God has given us this gift in one another that you can go to parents or a friend or a teacher and just share and be encouraged by one another and be encouraged to hang in there, to get through it as God is with you. We have one another to love us through it as well. So here's a question for you. How can you encourage someone who is having a bad day?